Good evening, everyone. It's Megan Blinka, four-star Diamond Beach Buddy Coach, and I am excited to welcome you to our One Fit Fam team call. A few things. A big thing I really want to touch on this week is our Cash for Christmas event happening next week. I had some additional information that I'm preparing for a presentation this weekend, so we'll see how this goes and if I dive into that or not. But a few save the dates. We have a training coming up, our leaderboard we'll touch base on, and the upcoming programs and products as well as the promotions for the month. So we'll go ahead and just move right on. The training for that Kim Carver is coming to Pittsburgh this weekend. So Saturday morning he will be here. We'll have our diamond breakfast. So if you're diamond or above, you'll want to grab your diamond ticket for that, and that will start at 8:30 on Saturday morning, and then the regular training hosted by Kim will start at 11 to 2. So that's for local. If you're within driving distance, definitely an event you'll want to attend. And then just save the date for Super Saturday in January. We'll be doing ours in Pittsburgh on Friday night, and we will most likely be having the top coach, Melanie Mitro, again in Pittsburgh. So if you were around last year for that event, it was one to be remembered for sure. We had a Friday night with Carl Deichler, and Autumn came in and she did a live workout from the Fix Extreme, and we got to do photo shoots with her. And then Saturday morning, a training, and then Saturday night will be a big dream team, just celebration party, and that'll be for Emerald coaches and above. So those are the dates just to kind of keep in mind. So people flew in last year from Hawaii, from California. I'm talking all over the place. So if you can make it to Pittsburgh that second weekend of January, I highly encourage you to get your room reserved at the Omni William Penn downtown. The rooms are up. It's $99. I think double occupancy, and then $109 maybe for a king bedroom. I went ahead and made my reservations for both Friday and Saturday night. And if you are local enough, come hit up the training this weekend. I'll be speaking that morning, so I'm excited to see some of you guys there. Our November leaders, we have two ladies in the Three Lives Club. I gotta say, these two girls were at the top of the board in October, and they're leading the pack again this month. Reagan Long is at 12 and Melissa Chavez at 8. There are a lot of you behind that have already got on the board. I need to space there. That'll drive me nuts. So a lot of you have already, reached out to people, started recruiting for your challenge groups. Yes, we have the Fall Classic this month. So definitely want to get those Success Club points on the board and get the cool swag that goes along with that. I think I can't beat the whole dead horse, but Hammer and Chisel, it's coming down to the wire. We've got a few more weeks till it's out. Do the on-demand. Make sure you try these workouts out. Anyone who you have had who has done 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme, or even Body Beast, start making a list of those people, because those are the people that you're going to want to make sure you reach out to and invite into the Hammer and Chisel test group in early December. So I'm actually going to go over how to do a launch next week on our team call. So stay tuned for that. But I just wanted to remind you that is coming along with 22-minute hardcore Tony Horton's new program. It's military-based kind of basic training concept. There's a little short YouTube clip that's out there. Not a whole lot else has been released from that program, but that'll be in the spring of next year. So with our Fall Classic, they went ahead and extended the November, the two of the October promotions into November with the Fix Extreme, and the Size, and all three of those available on Kickstart. So, if you've got anyone interested, 9 times out of 10 or 99 times out of 100, when somebody's asking me where they should start with a program, I almost always go with 21 Day Fix. From a workout perspective, but also because it gives you the nutrition component that so many other programs don't have, just because, until 21 Day Fix came out, we didn't have these containers. But, Size now incorporates the containers. Max 30 incorporated the containers. And even Hammer and Chisel is going to use them too. So it's definitely more common. But to start 21 Day Fix, you can't go wrong. It's $10 over the price of Shakeology. So, perfect way to help somebody get started. And then a Fix Extreme, I would, do if somebody has, not quite, they're not brand new into exercise, but, they're still getting started, because the nutrition component is really what you need there. So those are our promos. We should all know them, but just in case you need a little reminder. Just real quick, my ideas for November. I kicked off yesterday just a little glance group into a challenge group. So I'm running it with the on-demand. So people had to sign up with an on-demand membership free. You just put your credit card information in. I've never done one of these before, so it's kind of a little run through my first go. But it's starting out okay, not a ton of participation, but the people who are participating seem to like the on-demand workouts. I think it's a really great option. In my mind, I thought that there would be a lot more interest, to tell you the truth, because you're getting, access to literally hundreds of workouts for free. So I'm not sure if maybe I didn't do a good job promoting it or sharing what it's really about, but I had reached out to all of the people who had given me an objection in the past and invited them to this free group. And that's really the approach I take anytime I run a free, clean eating group or whatever I'm doing, is just try to get people who I've been talking to re-engage. So it's a clean eating combo with the workouts involved. I had still up here a 3-day glance group next week. Now, I left it up here because I'm not sure, but I have been listening to some of the other calls and what some of the other leaders are doing, and I'm actually going to switch it up a little bit. Next Monday, I'm going to do an event, a 2-hour live event ran on Facebook. I'm not sure that I'm going to do the 3-day glance group, but I kept it up there for now. So we'll see. I'm running the bingo game that you guys have seen in our team page. So as you get bingo, please continue sharing those. I'll do the next drawing on Thursday. I guess the first drawing, because Breyer had won the first as the first person to do it. And then I'll do a drawing for everyone else who has hit bingo. So stay tuned so you can see what your prize is. And then from a challenge group perspective, I'm going to squeeze one more in this month with a November 30th start date to really make sure I get anybody who's been interested in the 21-day fix signed up while that's still on promotion through the month of November, and it'll help my fall classic points. So I'm going to do a little black dress focus. I've shared my post on last week's team call, but just who needs to do maybe a refresh after Thanksgiving to get ready for the holiday season. So that's my idea there. And I will also be doing the refresh again and leading by example, because to be honest, I feel like I can't tell people to do the refresh after Thanksgiving without doing it myself. So that's where that comes into play. So the bingo card, I have it still up here. It's in our team page, print it out, save it as an image on your phone, mark it off as you do it. Some of these are a little bit different. Just big picture, step out of your comfort zone. The more that you get uncomfortable and do something that you may not be familiar with or may not be something that you would necessarily want to be doing, those are things that are really going to grow your business. So I highly encourage you to try to fill this out, try to fill the card and step out there and do something different. So with this Cash for Christmas event, I'm going to look for some help from some of you guys. So it's going to be next Monday night from 9 until 11 p.m., which I realize that's late. It's also Eastern time, so I know not everybody's in the same time zone. But it's going to be from 9 to 11 at night. And, we've done the 5-day sneak peek groups in the past, and I was even going to shorten this one to a 3-day group, but let's be honest, people are busy. And I feel like in the 5-day group by Wednesday, people were falling off anyways. And I feel like, the 3-day group was a great way to shorten it. But then this concept was brought up and I liked it. And I figured, why not? I'm going to give it a whirl. It may flop, it may take off, but some of the other people who have done it said it was very successful. So what is going to happen is I created an event. So, and I invited everybody in our team page. So if you're in our team page, you would have gotten an invite from me. And I encourage you to then invite other people to this, or if you want to run your own event, that is okay too. But I just included all of you for the time being. I shared it on my, I posted it on my like page, and I wrote a blog post about it. And I'm really just going to promote the same concept that I was talking about before, about helping people earn cash for Christmas and sharing where I was, 2 years ago before this came into my life. And I know what it's like to be struggling, and I know what it's like to not be able to do the things you want to do for your kids or your friends or your family, whatever it is. So my goal is to get 5 new people that I can help earn, $500 for Christmas. So that is my driving point behind all this. The group will basically be like a spitfire, getting you information. So these were just some examples. We don't necessarily have to take this same approach, but I liked it. The way it would work is starting at 9:00. Let's say I'd post that first Why Become a Coach video. And then 5-6 minutes later, that second video would go out. And then 5-6 minutes later, the third, and really just running through all these different things that we would do in the 5-day sneak peek, but making them short and sweet and to the point. So short videos so that somebody can sit down at 9:00 if they want to and run through these. And the whole point of making an event and not doing it like Spitfire in a group is that it's going to keep showing up in people's news feed. So people are going to see that so-and-so is going to this event or so-and-so is learning, like that's going to keep circulating. And as you get people to comment under these videos, it's going to circulate. And the other girl who ran this said what happened was like they got a lot of traction, but even like the next day and the next day, people continued kind of going in and checking it and commenting, watching videos. So for them, it drove a huge volume of coaches in their team. So I thought that with the holidays, we're all busy. What better way than to block out 2 hours and just nail this out? So we're going to need 9 videos. I'm happy to make more than one, but I'd love to hear from other people on our team. So if you're interested in making a video, please let me know, and let me know if there's one of these that you would like to tackle. I like the variety. So a day in the life of a stay-at-home mom coach, or a day in the life of a working coach who works full-time, and then just hitting on, some of those key things that people are thinking about when asking questions. So that's what the live event is for next week. But I promise you, if you don't invite people to it, then you're not going to get people from it. So invite. If you want to do the traditional glance group, let me know. We can look into that idea. I just wanted to try something different this month. So moving on, actually missed my first slide, but I was working on just gathering some information for the training that I'm speaking at on Saturday. And the whole concept and the topic that I'm going to be speaking about is Emerald, and why should you get to Emerald, and who should be your first coaches to get to Emerald, and how do you get to Emerald? Because I really believe that getting to Emerald is that first step. So you can't grow your business. You can earn commissions, but you're not going to grow your business without signing coaches. So I wanted to touch on this stuff now, and as kind of put that thought in your mind as we head into this glance or this Cash for Christmas event next Monday. Well, there's a few reasons why I think it's important. For one, it's going to help determine your compensation plan in the business. So not that, people aren't all here to, make money, but if that's a part of the reason why you've decided to take on Team Beachbody and becoming a coach, once you're at that Emerald rank, you're able to earn cycle bonuses. That means you can get up to $250 a week through volume of your team. So that's not selling challenge packs and earning commission on it. That's just the residual volume of sustaining customers and coaches under you. For me, I really felt it built my credibility and my own confidence. Like when I was announced by my coach as an Emerald coach, I was just like, wow, like I did this, like this is real. And I think it helped other people see that like I wasn't just posting my workouts on Facebook every day, and I was really, getting out there and doing something with this and growing a team and getting other people who wanted to do this with me. So the credibility was a big part that made a difference for me. And then just confidence in myself. I wasn't real sure. I started this, I still have it now, but I was, I'd left my auditing career not all that long before I left it to be a stay-at-home mom. So why all of a sudden am I working? And I didn't feel confident saying that I was a coach, because I didn't really at that point know what it meant or know what I could do with it. So I didn't really say anything. And for a long time, when people would say, what do you do? I would just kind of turn around and say, I'm a stay-at-home mom. And I never brought up the coaching point. But to be honest, now, I'm so proud to say that I'm a Beachbody coach and that I've been able to help so many people transform. But it started with that first step, and that first step was rank advancing to Emerald, which then built me on to where I am today. So it was really that first building block, that first stepping stone. So the recognition is great. It also helps you or it's part of, as you advance to Emerald, you're signing coaches. Those coaches are probably buying challenge packs. So as you're earning Success Club points through those challenge packs, it helps you get success starters. So with this confidence I was getting and the credibility, I was attracting more people, which was helping me hit Success Club and qualified me for the Success Starters program, which if you're still new to the business, your Success Starters, if you can hit Success Club in your first 3 months of the business, you'll earn a call with Carl Deichler in your first month. And then in your third month, you actually earn your ticket to Summit. So if you're not aware, Summit for next year sold out. It sold out within like the first day. But what they did is they put X amount of tickets on reserve for new coaches. So for the coaches who are coming into this business throughout the year, hitting Success Starters and getting that free ticket, they wanted to be able to keep that reward out there and that benefit. So there's still that, like, some people may not get to go to Summit, but if you're a Success Starter, they're not guaranteeing it, but they have saved tickets for you. So you'll be able to get your ticket for Summit once you've qualified through the 3 months. It's free, so you're not spending $300 on your ticket. You earn it for free, and you get that spot that not everybody can get. So for a new coach, that's a huge thing, and you definitely don't. You have to hit Success Club in your first month, and then going forward the next either first or second month. And then the next 2 months after that. And for me, it also really helps, you're a leader then. You're starting to build leadership. You're starting to attract people under you. And you start to get that sense of that you're creating a team. And it just, for me, made it all more real. So if you are starting to build your team and attract new coaches, I encourage you to ask your coaches what's driving them. Is it the money, that the cycle bonuses? Is it the recognition? Is it the chance to go to Summit and go on this trip? And find out what is their why, and know why your coaches, that for you to help them grow their business, you need to know what it is that's driving them, and use that to support them as, that may get tough one day, or you're having a bad day, or you need a little pick me up. Know what it is that's driving them. So the why to get to Emerald is important. And then the who. So, and I know a lot of my coaches have heard this before, but when I went Emerald, I signed up my sister because she's active duty military. So if you're not aware, active duty military, along with spouses of active duty military. So actually my brother-in-law was also a coach at one point. He's inactive right now, but at one point he was a coach. And then veterans themselves, not the spouses, but a veteran themselves, they all qualify for the military service fee waiver program, where they can actually sign up to be a coach without a challenge pack, although I never encourage that. But they could, and just sign up, pay the fee, and get reimbursed, and that $15.95 fee would be waived going forward. Or they can sign up with the challenge pack just like everyone else does, but then just submit proper forms to get the fee waived going forward. So, we get the crazy deal on Shakeology by getting it for like $115-ish a month. But those military and the veterans, they're getting it for essentially $99. That's 30 meals for $99. It's crazy. So my sister was actually deployed whenever I signed up to be a coach, and she bought her challenge pack because the ship food wasn't that great. So for her, yes, she was helping me, and she was by all means one of the first people that I called and was like, hey, I'm a coach. Can you buy a challenge pack? But I, was helping her too, because she didn't have access to a lot of things. And she was like, hey, I've heard of it. I'll give it a try. So don't be afraid to ask people. It was my sister, my husband. I signed him up as a coach. I got a program that I wanted. I think I bought Turbo Fire when he signed up as a coach. I actually think it was on promotion the month that he signed up, but I signed him up, and boom, there's 2 coaches I went Emerald. Now, do I have a working team? No. Do I have coaches under me who are going to do what I'm doing? No, not yet. But that was the first step in figuring out who those 2 people can be. So whether it's your parents, your grandparents, your siblings, your aunts, your uncles, your in-laws, whatever it may be, go to those people first. When you're a new coach and you haven't had challengers to turn into discount coaches or preferred customers, start with the people who already know and trust you. Because let's be honest, if your friend tells you they go to a restaurant and they loved it and they can't wait to go back, would you want to go? Like, of course you would, because you trust them already and you're going to trust their opinion. So if you started drinking this shake and doing this workout program that's really making a difference in your life, share that and be able to teach then your team how to share that and know who to go to first. I feel like that is the first thing to do. Um, and then for people who, and a lot of people come into this, what I had done initially is I was a challenger. So I was a challenger for a while, and then I turned into a discount coach. And then I went working coach. So, maybe you've had some challengers in the past that didn't sign up for the discount coach, didn't take that approach. Go to them. The first thing I do whenever I have someone who opts not to do the discount option is I write down their ship date. And I keep that on a paper right by my desk. And I go through that every couple of days and see who's coming up for their shipment, and I approach them about the discount. So, your challengers are the great people who can turn into a coach. Those who you've already shared your journey with. So let's just say you've shared openly what you're doing and people have supported you. Maybe they haven't jumped in and said, hey, I want to do it too, but they've supported you. Reach out to them. The coaches don't have to be working coaches. They can just be people who want to do what you're doing from a fitness standpoint, from a personal standpoint, and sign up as a coach with that challenge pack. So, kind of think as you're going through things and make a list, write down who are the challengers that could turn coaches, who are the people who could just outright be great coaches, who are the family members you would feel comfortable saying, hey, will you come do this with me? Like, let's do this together, and start making the list. And then if you've never seen the diamond bubble, it works from an emerald standpoint too. Here you are at the top. Start thinking, who are those first two people going to be? And then who are the next two people going to be? And try to fill in those bubbles as you get to emerald and a stable emerald, etc. Then, of course, there's the how. So I think it's, one thing to know why that you should do this. And then it's another thing to think, who could I talk to? But then you have to take action. And that sometimes can be the harder part or the scary part, to actually take action and do this stuff. So leading with the coaching opportunity is certainly now where I start, but it wasn't in the beginning because I wasn't confident at first until I started growing the team and had more to talk to. But don't be afraid to lead with the coaching opportunity, because you're here for a reason. Coaching has impacted you. Share that. Share that, I've had times where I've invited someone like, hey, I know you work out and I know you're into, eating healthy. I want to know if you'd be interested in checking out my sneak peek group. It's going to be a closed Facebook group. We're just going to talk about, what I do as a coach and how you could get started, etc. Would you be interested in joining me? So the worst they can do is say no. But if they say no, then you can always flip that and say, would you be, I know you work out at the gym, but I do these online groups too, where you can work out at home, or work out at the gym, or do a combo of both. But at the end, it's really dependent on your nutrition. Like, would you be interested in checking out one of my closed challenge groups? So you can always lead with the coaching opportunity and flip it to a customer option if if the first one doesn't work out so well. But just don't be shy. The other how, and this is how I built my business from the very beginning, was a preferred customer option. And I like to say it's preferred customer with a discount membership. So it's a discount coach. But when you say the word coach to somebody, they usually freak out and say, I don't want to coach, and I want nothing to do with coaching, and I just want these workout programs in the shake at a discount, blah, blah, blah. So what I tried to say, and I am much better at typing preferred customer with discount membership than I am at saying it. So I often say when I'm talking to my dean, discount coach, but what I really mean is a preferred customer with a discount membership. But that is how, as soon as somebody tells me that they are ready to sign up, that is what I say to them. I have a script. It's in my phone. It's always shared in my team groups, my coach training group, and that's, a file on my team page. And it's the first, I just go copy paste and I edit it, a little bit for the person I'm talking to. But that's how I lead with everyone. And I say it like it is. I say, here's the deal. You're going to sign up. I'm going to recommend you sign up for the preferred customer discount membership rather than just customer. The cost is going to be the same. It's cost your challenge pack either way. Difference is next month, you're going to save $15 on your Shakeology opposed to paying full price. And from my experience, you're going to want to continue your shakes next month, so this just saves you a step down the road. Like, straightforward to the point. Almost always people do it. Like, yes, I will get. And I also tell them up front, once they say, okay, I'm good, I'll say, here's how you do it. It's going to ask you for your social. That's because this is the same way working coaches sign up who need it from a business standpoint. Don't worry, it's not going to do anything with it. I've had a very small percentage of people who will come back to me and say, you know what, I didn't feel comfortable with my social, or, you know what, I'm going to wait and try a month first. But for the most part, I get everyone set up as discount coach. I still, see, I said it, discount coach, not discount membership. But that is how I grew my business at first. And that is where that emerald rank really comes into play, because as you add more and more coaches, your volume grows. And I remember whenever I was told, like, oh, well, you max out at $250 for cycle bonuses, I remember thinking, okay, I might get $14 every other week. Like, what does that matter about maxing out at $250 a week? Like, that's not going to happen for me. Well, lo and behold, it did, because I had so many discount coaches under me that really drove the volume. So, you know, that having that copy paste to be able to send it to somebody in 30 seconds, how to sign up, has been a huge savior. And it, you know, it doesn't take any time. And then it's there and no one usually questions it. And just along with that, and the lead with confidence, outlining your expectations, let them know what they're doing. Let them know they're going to be on auto ship. Let them know that there's going to be 2 fees on their charge on their card next month, where you'll see the Shakeology and the fee charged separately. But big picture, it's going to come in at about $115 compared to $130. So you're saving $15. And then once I get a new coach signed up, I always go and send them a new coach welcome email. So this is something, I shouldn't say always, this is something I didn't do at first. And when I made this switch, which wasn't until like a year after I was a coach, I used to pick and choose. I used to say, that person's not going to coach, and I'm not going to do that. I got to where when I take these discount coaches, I'd send them this email like, you know, here are your options. You know, as your coach, I just feel obligated to let you know this is what you can do if you ever wanted to pursue the business, even though I know you signed up for the discount. And I outline, you know, like the whole hobby coach aspect, or working part-time, full-time. And I have gotten so many people who have turned into emeralds from that new coach welcome email. Like, that to me was a turning point in my business. And even, you know, some people who it's really just trying to get their Shakeology covered, but that Shakeology getting covered every month is usually getting them to Success Club 5. So it's, you know, it's helping them, it's build stability, get the volume, get the cycles, they're emeralds. So like, it was the new coach welcome email. There are people who came to me for a transformation, they came to me to lose weight, and yet they turned into coaches as a result of it. So if I could pick one thing to tell you to do to try to get your team to advance to emerald, it's encouraging them to send everybody who signs up, working coach, discount coach, doesn't matter, that new coach welcome email. And then there's referrals. This one, I get a lot of referrals, I feel like, when I get someone older. Like, I tend to actually attract people like my mom's age, because my mom actually does this, and my mother-in-law. And then I'll run into someone who's older. I don't want to like say older, but like a parent, my mom's age, who, you know, then it's like, well, their daughter this, or their daughter might be interested. And I've had coaches come that way. One of my coaches, she contacted me on Instagram to buy it for her mom for Mother's Day. I invited her to the group too, just because she bought it for her mom, and like, she's now an emerald coach of mine. So I think just being open and that referral, you know, asking somebody, you know, like, do you have a couple friends that might want to join you? Like, do you have a sister? Do you have a mom? And when you don't know somebody, when they're coming from Instagram, some of those things are a little harder to ask. But when you can ask them if they have anyone else that might want to join them, sometimes you'll get that, you know what, like, I have a friend, I have a sister, I have a cousin, whatever. So asking for referrals to me is huge. And you can use it if you're like trying to hit Success Club at the end hour. You can always use that as an option too. And doing like a $20 gift card to them as like a referral bonus. Or you can say, you can sign them up yourself and you can get the commission, and then they can sign them up as discount coaches the same way they were signed up, and then they would earn the commission and be like, maybe I'll coach out of this. And then just sharing your scripts, I think that is huge. I always share my scripts to my coach pages, because I feel like, you know, the scripts and my notes, I think I have like 99 notes in my phone right now, because that's where I keep everything, so I can share it and spit it out to other people. And then once you get to the 2, you really need to then focus on getting to 4, because, you know, once you get your 2 coaches, like, that's good, and that's going to get you to emerald. But then you really want to go to 4, because people go inactive. The average life of a Shakeology drinker is about 3 months. which I found is actually kind of surprising. I feel like mine's longer than 3 months, although I've never tracked it to know. And I think getting them in the discount to start with definitely helps it go longer than 3 months. But getting them to like that 3 month point, like you're going to start to lose people. People will start to drop off. So once you get 2, you want to shoot for 4. Same way you got your 2, keep reaching out, trying different people, different approaches. And then a big thing for me has always been to re-invite my challengers. So if I have somebody who signs up with me and does a challenge group or does half a challenge group and falls off, I always re-invite them. I keep a list every month of everybody who's in every group, whether they're in a coach training group, a free clean eating group, challenge group, whatever it is, I have a list. So then, and I keep all my emails, so I send my monthly newsletter so people get it that way too. But then I go back and I go through my list and I send personal messages out to people to check in on them. Like, these are people who invested with me at some point in time. And even if they fell off for some reason, I always want to give them the opportunity to jump back into a group. Some people ignore it, and then some people take you up on it. You never know. But I definitely recommend tracking it that way, because I've had instances where I've followed up, re-followed up, re-invited, and somebody who might buy a challenge pack 6 months ago could turn into a coach just like that. So staying connected, whether you do a newsletter or just, you might just start out in the beginning sending messages on a regular basis, or just sending the email out. It doesn't have to be a newsletter. My first newsletter was just an email that I sent to people, but I got to the point where, as I was getting email addresses from people through Woohoo applications or people from Instagram, I didn't have them on Facebook to send a message. I found that having that newsletter, and I just keep, like the sending thing, whatever, I don't know what it's called, but where you you just click the address book to send it to. That's really helped with me. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen share. Look, I'm like long-winded. I need to take a drink. But was that helpful? Yes, no, maybe so. Cheryl, did you fall asleep? You're muted.
No, I didn't.
Okay, just making sure I didn't put you to sleep.
No.
So does the event make sense to you guys? I know it's kind of new.
I think it's a great idea.
I think it's the holidays are busy. It's like, I like the 5-day sneak peek, because I feel like it gives you each day just check in and watch a video, but they get drug out. And then it's kind of like by Friday, people aren't thinking about signing up as a coach, they're thinking about their weekend. So then I was doing the 3-day. And then when this whole event thing came up, I'm like, you know what? To me, it sounds genius. Everyone's busy. For the most part, everyone on our team is working themselves another job too. So we're all busy. So this is a great way to show that 2 hours, sit down, we'll fire off some videos, and hopefully flood the news feed, and a lot of people will see it who you're friends with, that you're going to the event and that you're commenting in this public event. That'll just draw up the traffic and visibility. So live and learn. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but we'll never know until we try. What's that, Cheryl?
I said it's worth a shot.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Why not? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I think it sounds like the girl who did it and talked about it on Melanie's call last night seemed like it had huge success. So the more, at this point, the more people you can invite and get in it, the better. And I wouldn't, if you're inviting somebody, I know I get annoyed sometimes. I just get invitations to groups, and half the time I ignore them. I would shoot them a message too. If you really, some people I invited were I invited a lot of old challengers that I think might want to check it out. But if you're inviting somebody for the first time that you haven't talked to at all about what you're doing, or what this group would, I would shoot them a mess. I would invite them, see if they accept it or anything, and then I would probably shoot them a message or text or email or whatever and say, I don't know if you saw the Facebook notification came through, but my team's holding this little 2-hour event next week where we're going to talk about, what it is like to be a coach and what we do and how we make this work with, full-time job, blah, blah, blah. I hope you can make it, or something like that. Or let me know if you can make it. The event, I think it would be hard to go back in and just all, it'd be like a flood of all these videos. So if people can actually make it on that day, I think it would be really beneficial. So we'll see. So as of right now, I'm hoping that goes really well and we won't do the 3-day glance group. We'll just kind of wing it and see how it goes.
Okay.
Anything else? Any questions? Alrighty, I'm gonna stop recording.